Hello, seventh graders. Welcome to your writing class for this third trimester, module 1. And in this class, we're going to go over some basic information that you should know by now, but a lot of people are still struggling with it. Before we get into that, please remember that these assignments need to be sent as Word documents, Sometimes when you send PDF, I'm able to change it to Word so I can give you my comments. But if you do not send a Word document, I cannot do copy paste and send you my comments. And when you get your little grade, you're gonna wanna know what you did wrong. So make sure you send me your assignments, your writing assignments as Word documents. Okay, so let's go right into it. And people, please remember, it's okay if you have to watch the video more than once to understand the assignment and to understand what needs to be done. I noticed that some of you are probably not watching the video or watching it quickly and not really taking notes or paying attention. And then you make some really silly mistakes and you get a lower grade than you really could have had. So don't feel ashamed and you have to watch the video twice. That's okay. And if there's something you don't understand and you need to Google it or look in your dictionary, that's perfectly fine too. If you need to stop the video and find something out or look for something additional, that's perfectly okay. That's education, that's learning. Okay, so let me share my screen with you, and there are a few things that we're gonna go over just so we are clear. Okay, so here is my screen, and let's understand and let's agree on what a sentence is, because I'm noticing that some of you have no idea what a sentence is. A sentence is the space or the writing between one period, and a period is a punto, and another period. Punto, period is punto. So this thing at the end of this sentence is not called a point or a dot. It's called a period. So let's look at this example of the sentence. This sentence has 2 commas. That doesn't mean that it has 4 sentences. It means it's 1 sentence because the comma does not mark the end or the beginning of a sentence. So last time, when some of you needed to add the thesis statement to a paragraph, some of you put a comma before the thesis statement, and it's wrong. Because if the thesis statement is the last sentence, then there has to be a period before that thesis statement, not a comma. So look at this sentence. The man walked to his car, comma, which was parked all the way to the end of the lot, comma, when the concert was over. This sentence has 2 commas. It's still only 1 sentence. Okay? Some of you are just adding commas anywhere. No. There is a specific set of guidelines and rules for adding a comma. We're probably not going to get into that in writing class, but you can look this up. So this is a sentence, 1 sentence. Even though it has 2 commas, it's still 1 sentence. Now, what is a paragraph? And this is where it gets tricky. In order for something to count as a paragraph, all the sentences have to be together. So if I separate this like this, and then I break it again here, this is actually 3 paragraphs. Every time I break the line, it's a new paragraph. So in order for this to be 1 paragraph, all my sentences need to be together. The moment that I make a break, it's a new paragraph. So when I ask you to write a paragraph and you break after each sentence, you're giving me a whole bunch of little paragraphs and not a paragraph. Make sure when you write your paragraph, all your sentences are together. And then if you want to write a different paragraph, then you break and you start writing on a different line. So in a paragraph, all the sentences are together. And notice, based on what we've been studying, that the thesis statement is the last sentence in the introductory paragraph. If this were an introductory paragraph, this would be my thesis statement. The last sentence. And notice that before the thesis statement, there is a period, not a comma. Okay, so this highlighted part would be my thesis statement if this were an introductory paragraph to an essay or a composition. The last paragraph in the first The last sentence in the first paragraph is my thesis statement. This would have been my thesis statement. Now let's talk about writing titles in English. It's different from Spanish. And some of you, even though I've said it before, you're still not getting this. English is different. So when you write a title in English, you have two options. You can either write everything in capital letters or every word is capitalized. So you have Stories Change Lives or Stories Change Lives. Same thing said, two different ways. Both are acceptable ways for writing a title in English. Both are correct. So either you write everything in capital letters or you capitalize the first letter of each word. And even that has a few little rules, but we're not gonna get into that or get confused with that right now, okay? So when you send me your title, make sure you have all the words capitalized, all caps, or the first letter of each word written in capital letters. It's different than Spanish, I know. It's a whole different language. So if this is clear, what is a sentence? That a comma does not mean the beginning of a new sentence, that a sentence starts after a period. And if you understand what a paragraph is, that a paragraph is when all the sentences are together, and the thesis statement is the last sentence in the first paragraph. And if you understand how to write titles, then that brings us to our assignment. And this assignment is simple. 7th grade, you're now going to be writing process essays. In a process essay, you share the steps for performing a certain task or process. For example, how to cut your own hair, how to bathe your cat, how to build a model airplane. Those are examples of process essays. You are telling me the steps to get a process done. And so this is your assignment. And this assignment is going to be worth 20 points. Let me write that there. This is 20 points, which means that each part is worth 5 points. So if you get 3 of them wrong, you got a 2. If you get 2 of them wrong, you have a 3. Okay? So in this assignment, you're going to write an introductory paragraph for an essay that is describing the process of brushing your teeth. That's the process, brushing your teeth. And so in your introduction, you are going to describe the process. You're going to introduce how to describe the process. Now, people, remember that in your introduction, if you paid attention to modules 1, 2, 3, and 4 last trimester, in your introduction, you're not going to start the first thing to do to brush your teeth. No, you're going to tell me about the importance of brushing teeth. That's the first part because it's an introduction. So you're going to tell me why brushing teeth is important, or what's the best toothpaste to use, or everything except describe the process. It's just an introduction. And the process that you are going to be dealing with is brushing your teeth. So give me an introduction. Second part, in that introductory paragraph, you have to underline your thesis statement. One more time. Your thesis statement is always the last sentence in the first paragraph. So your last sentence is your thesis statement, which means that that sentence has to lead me into the process of brushing teeth. Okay, let's go back to the explanation of paragraph. In order for you to find your thesis statement, it has to be the last sentence, meaning that there has to be a period before and after this sentence. If there's a comma, that's not going to be your last sentence. It has to be a period. Your third assignment is to write a creative title. Write a creative title. How to brush your teeth is not very creative. Write a creative title and remember the guidelines. The guidelines for writing a title is that all of it capital letters or the first letter of each word is capitalized. And your fourth assignment is to give me the word count, including the title. So you just shade all of that, and Word is going to give you how many words are in it. So for instance, if I want to know how many words are in this on this entire page, I do like this, and down there it says 75. Why does it say of 1025? Because I have a whole lot of other stuff written here. But this is 75 words. That's all you need to do, okay? Write the introductory paragraph for an essay that's going to tell me about how to brush your teeth. Remember, the introductory paragraph is not tell me the process, just give me what's important about this process. Why is it important to brush your teeth? What happens if you don't brush your teeth? Different types of toothpaste. Should we use warm water or cold water? Should we floss or should we use the water pick? That's what you put in your first paragraph. I'm not limiting you with the amount of words, but 75 words is probably good. Write a creative title according to the guidelines and give me the word count. That's it, 20 points in a Word document. Okay, kids, so it's really important for you to follow instructions. Following instructions is the meaning of life. If you don't follow instructions, you're gonna make a whole lot of mistakes in life. So please follow the instructions in this video. Have fun with this. See you next time. Bye-bye.